When I got on the stage, I met this very spirited fellow who claimed to be Mitt Romney. But I know it couldn't have been Mitt Romney, because the real Mitt Romney's been running around the country for the last year promising $5 trillion in tax cuts that favor the wealthy.
He dishonestly tried to run away from that tonight. Dishonestly, you can't trust Mitt Romney.
Some fundamental dishonesty that we saw last night. Governor Romney came in and basically played a shell game. He wasn't honest. I give him credit for a strong performance. I give him an F for being honest with the American people.
Do you sense a pattern here? Are you guessing? I don't think you have to really go too far here to try and figure out where the Obama camp's new strategy is after an abysmal performance on Wednesday. Now, to try and emphasize Romney's dishonesty, perhaps they've even got a new ad on the very subject. Take a look.
If we can't trust him here, how could we ever trust him here?
You get the drift? Well, take a look at this ad, because this one even doubles down on it.
I'm not in favor of a $5 trillion tax cut. That's not my plan.
The nonpartisan tax policy center concluded that Mitt Romney's tax plan would cost $4.8 trillion over 10 years.
I do have a plan that deals with people with pre-existing conditions. That's part of my health care plan.
I have to rate that mostly fiction.
No idea what the music was going on there, but you get the drift with it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, them calling him Basil, liar, liar, pants on fire. Is that going to work?
It has worked before. It will work going forward. But what I think has happened is that the damage, if you will, from the debate has already been done, which is that yes, the president did not do well, but a lot of voters really watched that debate to really see how Romney would do, and Romney exceeded expectations. So if the point was to not get potential Romney supporters enthusiastic, that did not work. So I think the president was hurt, but the real outcome of that debate was that Romney was helped quite a bit from it. And my gut feeling is that a lot of voters are actually starting to tune out in terms of these kinds of ads. I think most of them have already made up their minds. So the reality is that a lot of voters were looking for stylistic reasons. They were looking to see how the guy would hold up in a debate against the president.
Pivot to the next three debates: the vice presidential debate upcoming next week, and then the two remaining presidential. Is there a much different, from a tonal standpoint, president?
I think the vice presidential debate is going to be interesting because it's Ryan versus Biden, who's like Darth Vader, right?
I said yesterday, the idea of Biden going, "Don't worry, guys, I got this." So like, no, what are you doing? No hero ball.
And the Ryan plan will certainly be front and center, and it'll be interesting to see the old stalwart of the Senate versus this young up-and-comer. So it'll be interesting to see that juxtaposition. Interestingly enough, you usually lose viewers from debate to debate, but I think the second presidential debate will still be pretty high because they want to see if the president comes back.
Do you think there's a more aggressive Obama? Do you think we hear 47%? Do you think we hear about, war on women? I mean, does he go there or not?
Hard to say because it's a foreign policy debate, and interestingly enough, most people don't vote on foreign policy. So I don't know how he'll work that in, but I definitely think you'll see a stronger presence by Obama.
I think he'll get the full bucket from Joe Biden. I don't think he'll hesitate for a second to turn to Paul Ryan and be like, well, now I know why you put you on the ticket. You lied just like he did. And all of those other lines of attack that we didn't get from the president. I'll be curious to see if we get, and it's town hall before the foreign policy debate, so the town hall can encompass anything in the second presidential debate, the one on Hofstra. I wonder if we're going to see the president holding Mitt Romney's feet closer to the fire. I suspect we might not, and that he may leave that to his surrogates and he may leave that to fact checkers. It depends, I guess, on how the reaction pans out over the next couple of days from the first debate.
I do think people want to see, though, wait a minute, did he just have a bad night, or is he this disengaged? Is he just this
But do we want our president fact checking and calling other people liars?
Not even fact checking. Just, I know we're getting
rebutting.
It shouldn't be about style. It should be about substance. But you want to see a president that's more engaged in that moment that's more passionately convinced that he has, in this particular case, the right recipe for recovery, or he just seemed to be mailing it in.
Well, speaking of recovery, I think Town Hall speaks to his strong suit. Okay, I think Town Hall, where he gets to engage the president. Yes, this is the president's strong suit right here. Oh, I think so. Oh, he gets to be man of the people and aw shucks and big smile and that thing that he does so well. I'm giving him credit. Whereas Romney, he has to walk. He has to move.
Well, let me go T.J. to Romney now with you. And then, where do you think, from a strategy standpoint, they go? Now, the immediate positives out of it, we haven't seen the poll numbers, but those people on the fence, in terms of the big donors here, where they might have given money instead to the House and Senate that had prior been committed, they're with him. Yeah. I think that he can stay in the middle right now. As much as he tacks to the middle, the right ain't going anywhere. I mean, they were in love with him because they were petrified of where they're going to go. So he doesn't have to keep pivoting back and forth, I think, as he had to certainly throughout the primary and even in the early process. But what is his strategy going forward now?
He has got to be just burning the midnight oil, learning everything he can about foreign policy, because this is look. It wasn't a strong suit for Obama coming in as a senator, so now it's not going to be his coming in. And yeah, he's got the Bin Laden's dead. He's got the drone strikes. He's got a very. However, I think he should concentrate on still his relationship building skills. One of the things that has come to the fore about President Obama is that he is either disinterested or not so awesome at building relationships, and that has a lot to do with where we stand around the world.
Days left. I know he's got two big debates. I'm talking about Romney, but what is his play going forward? Today, obviously, was his strategy to say, sorry about the 47%, right?
Very smart move, by the way.
2 weeks later, I would say, but still smart to do it. But my only point is, where else does he go in the next?
He goes. I think he goes on behind closed doors. He goes and learns foreign policy. Out front, I think he continues to talk about his bipartisan ways with an 80% Democrat majority in Massachusetts, and I think he comes up with a fake broken leg, so he doesn't have to stand up and move.
He's gonna, for the next 30 days, it's going to sound more like Chuck Schumer than Jim DeMint. I mean, he's going to be running for the Democratic liberal vote, because it's not going to hurt Mitt Romney at all to go center at this point.
All right, we jump to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about style. And for me, I think we learned some stuff Wednesday about the president that if you're a supporter of his, you didn't like. Where specifically is his strength now, especially when the prompter's off? We'll talk about that after this.